Imagine a scene where the fearsome predator's face, its smile, is not a sign of joy but a chilling omen of death. In the animal kingdom, the expression of a lion or tiger during a hunt is a complex interplay of anatomy, instinct, and psychological warfare. When we speak of a deadly smile, we are not referring to a human-like grin of amusement, but rather to the moment when a predator's facial expression transforms into a terrifying display of raw, lethal power. Both lions and tigers possess incredibly powerful jaws, razor-sharp teeth, and a set of facial muscles that, when engaged, reveal the imminent threat they pose. In this exploration, we dive deep into the anatomy and behavior of these magnificent big cats to determine which of them might have a smile that is more foreboding, one that signals death to its prey. At the core of a predator's deadly smile is the structure of its jaws and teeth. Both lions and tigers boast an impressive dental arsenal that has evolved to subdue prey quickly and efficiently. The lion's jaw is built for delivering a crushing bite, with large canines that can reach lengths of up to 3 inches. These formidable teeth, coupled with powerful jaw muscles, allow the lion to clamp down on the throat or neck of its prey, effectively cutting off the oxygen supply in a single, decisive moment. When a lion's mouth opens into what some might poetically call a smile, its fangs glisten menacingly, and its lips are pulled back to reveal a cavern of deadly weapons. This expression is not merely for show, it is a warning signal, an unspoken declaration that the lion is ready to unleash its full power. The tiger, on the other hand, carries its own version of this lethal expression. While similar in many respects to the lion, the tiger's anatomy is tuned to its solitary lifestyle. A tiger's canines are similarly long and sharp, designed to inflict deep wounds. However, the tiger's face is perhaps even more expressive in terms of conveying intensity and focus. When a tiger prepares to strike, its eyes narrow into a fierce glare, and its lips curl back to expose a set of teeth that seem to glimmer with a predatory promise. The tiger's facial muscles, which are highly sensitive and capable of conveying a wide range of emotions, are engaged in a way that makes its smile appear even more predatory, a subtle, almost sinister curl of the lips that announces its readiness to kill. Both big cats use their vocalizations as a part of their predatory display. The roar of a lion, for example, is a deep, resonant sound that can be heard across the savanna. This roar is not only a means of communication with other pride members but also serves as a psychological weapon that can intimidate both rivals and prey. When a lion roars, its entire face seems to transform, a combination of a wide open mouth, exposed fangs, and a tense, powerful jaw creates an image that is both awe-inspiring and terrifying. In contrast, tigers are known for their less frequent, but equally intimidating, vocalizations. A tiger's growl or chuff, an expression of contentment or a prelude to aggression, is a more intimate sound. Yet it carries with it the weight of an animal that relies on stealth. When a tiger emits a low, rumbling growl, the subtle shift in its facial expression, its eyes locked onto a target and lips curled back, serves as a silent threat that is hard for any prey to ignore. From a behavioral perspective, the context in which these smiles appear is crucial. In a hunting scenario, the predator's face is an essential part of its overall strategy. For the lion, the smile is part of a coordinated group effort. Lions often hunt in prides, and the visual display of a fearsome grin, combined with a thunderous roar, helps to galvanize the group and unsettle prey. The lion's expression is a signal to both its pride and to the prey that the time for caution is over. The unified front presented by the pride, with each member displaying its own version of this lethal smile, creates an atmosphere of inevitable doom for the targeted herd. The psychological impact of this coordinated display cannot be underestimated. It instills panic and chaos among prey animals, making them easier to catch in the ensuing stampede. Tigers, however, are solitary hunters whose reliance on stealth and precision sets their behavior apart. A tiger's deadly smile during an ambush is a moment of pure, calculated intent. In the dense jungles where tigers roam, the ability to remain unseen is paramount. When a tiger's smile emerges in the dim light of a forest, it is a signal that the animal has engaged its full predatory focus. Its eyes, often described as piercing and hypnotic, lock onto its prey with an intensity that seems to freeze time. In that fleeting moment, the tiger's entire being is dedicated to the kill, a rapid, almost surgical display of nature's efficiency. The tiger's lethal smile, characterized by a combination of raw aggression and precise control, is the culmination of its solitary existence, a refined skill honed through countless hunts where every move counts. From the perspective of animal psychology, the differences in these expressions can be linked to the evolutionary pressures each species faces. Lions, living in a social structure, have developed a form of communication that reinforces pride, cohesion, and territorial dominance. Their facial expressions, including their deadly smiles, are part of an elaborate system of body language that conveys strength, confidence, and authority. This system not only serves to intimidate prey but also to maintain order within the pride. A lion's smile, therefore, is as much about sending a message to other lions as it is about warning potential prey of its imminent attack. Tigers, in contrast, operate on a solitary basis where every encounter is a personal battle. The tiger's facial expressions are deeply tied to its individual survival strategy. Its deadly smile is not shared with a group, it is a private, internal signal of readiness that is solely directed at its target. This individualistic approach has likely led to a refinement in the tiger's ability to control and modulate its expressions based on context, making its smile a more nuanced tool in its predatory arsenal. A tiger's smile, when it appears, is a complex interplay of emotion and intent, a blend of calculated aggression, raw power, and the shadow of an animal that has survived by being both a patient observer and a lightning-fast executioner. The anatomical structure behind these expressions further differentiates the two species. The lion's jaw is robust, with a configuration that supports prolonged bouts of exertion, useful not only for territorial disputes but also for subduing large prey in group hunts. Its teeth, while similar in size and shape to those of the tiger, are arranged in a manner that maximizes the impact of a sustained bite. When a lion smiles in anger or during a hunt, its muscles contract to form a wide, fearsome grin that projects both its physical might and its command over the environment. The tiger's jaw, however, is optimized for explosive power, a quick, decisive strike that relies on a combination of speed and precision. Its canines and incisors are finely honed for delivering a lethal bite. And when its lips curl back into what can be described as a deadly smile, it is a prelude to a rapid, almost surgical pounce on its prey. The interplay of muscles in the tiger's face is a marvel of natural engineering, allowing for rapid, precise movements that are critical for its solitary hunting style. Culturally, these images of lethal expressions have seeped into human mythology and art. Throughout history, lions have been depicted as regal, authoritative figures, symbols of kingship and courage. Their fearsome smiles have been immortalized in sculpture, literature, and heraldry, representing not only their dominance in the wild but also the inherent nobility of their spirit. Tigers, with their mysterious, solitary beauty, are often portrayed as enigmatic warriors, fierce, unpredictable, and captivating in their intensity. The visual impact of a tiger's deadly smile has made it a recurring motif in art and folklore, symbolizing both the beauty and danger that coexist in the natural world. In a hypothetical scenario where a lion and a tiger engage in a contest of who has the deadlier smile, the outcome is not easily measured by sheer aesthetics. Instead, it is the context and the underlying functionality of that expression that matter most. When a lion flashes its deadly smile, it is a declaration of collective strength and social dominance, a signal that reverberates through its pride and instills fear in its adversaries. In contrast, a tiger's lethal grin is a personal, intense declaration of its own survival prowess, a moment of focused aggression that is as fleeting as it is devastating. Each expression, while similar in its underlying purpose of threatening and intimidating, is tailored to the unique lifestyle and evolutionary history of the animal. Moreover, the impact of these expressions extends beyond the immediate moment of the hunt. The smile of a lion or tiger can have long-lasting psychological effects on prey. In the wild, the mere sight of a predator's facial expression, a flash of fangs and a set of piercing eyes, can trigger a cascade of fear responses in animals. causing them to flee in terror. This instinctive reaction is critical for the predator, as it increases the likelihood of a successful ambush. The lion's roar, coupled with its fearsome smile, can disrupt the entire herd, while the tiger's silent, deadly grin sends a shiver down the spine of even the most vigilant prey. In this way, the expression of a deadly smile is both a physical tool and a psychological weapon, an integral part of the predator's arsenal that ensures its place at the top of the food chain. Scientific research into animal behavior has increasingly supported the notion that non-human predators possess a complex array of emotional and cognitive capabilities. While it may be tempting to attribute human qualities like smiling or grinning to lions and tigers, these behaviors are rooted in evolutionary functions rather than aesthetic pleasure. They are designed to intimidate, to communicate readiness for combat, and to reinforce the predator's dominance in its territory. The subtle differences in these expressions, whether it is the broad, collective display of a lion or the solitary, laser-focused intensity of a tiger, offer insights into the intricate balance of power and survival strategies that have allowed these creatures to thrive in their respective environments. In conclusion, the question of which big cat possesses a deadlier smile is as much a matter of interpretation as it is of anatomy and behavior. The lion's fearsome expression, built on a foundation of social coordination and raw power, serves as a symbol of collective might and authoritative dominance. Its smile, coupled with its resonant roar, has the power to rally its pride and instill terror in prey. Meanwhile, the tiger's lethal grin is a testament to its individual prowess, a precise, calculated display of aggression that is honed by years of solitary hunting in the depths of the jungle. Both expressions are products of millions of years of evolution, finely tuned to meet the demands of survival in the wild. They are not just displays of anger or aggression but sophisticated tools for communication, intimidation, and, ultimately, survival. The true measure of a predator's deadly smile lies in its effectiveness, how well it triggers fear in its prey and asserts dominance over its rivals. In this regard, each big cat has developed its own specialized version of this skill. The lion's smile is an orchestration of group dynamics and sheer physical might, while the tiger's expression is a concentrated burst of solitary ferocity. Whether one is more deadly than the other depends on the context of the encounter and the environment in which it unfolds. What remains indisputable is that both the lion and the tiger, through their iconic, lethal expressions, continue to inspire awe and respect in the natural world, a timeless reminder that the beauty of nature is inseparable from the raw, unyielding forces that drive it.